Record. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of the Smart Flip. Glad to have you guys with us. Today, guys, we have Jude with us. Jude has been inside of the Resellerator program for quite a while now. He joined on one of our promos where we were doing the Console Kings and Resellerator promotion thing, um, where it was just the courses that we sold, and he really has taken advantage of that. We'll be talking about that because he applied a lot of it to diabetic test strips. Um, but we'll jump into all that here in a second and introduce him. But just wanted to let you guys know, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, this is the Smart Flip. This is the number one podcast when it comes to flipping phones, electronics, and apparently other stuff too. Um, we just had our 100th episode. We ranked like 13th on all flipping podcasts already, which is really awesome and super cool. And if you guys don't know, Buyback Revolution is my book. It is out. It is free. If you want it, you can grab it on the podcast. If you want a physical version, you can grab it off of Amazon. And with that being said, let's get this thing started. Jude, how you doing, bro?
Man, just out here hustling, man. It's an honor to be here. 'Cause I've been following you for a while, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think I was gonna be on one of these interviews, so it's an honor, man, for sure.
I'm glad to have you here, dude. That's great. So, Jude, you joined Resellerator, and you got the Console Kings and Resellerator bundle back when we were selling it for that, which we're not doing anymore, by the way, just for anybody that's interested. We don't. Everything is either now free or expensive. That's it. There's not really an in between at this point.
Yeah.
And we're just doing that because we want people to take things seriously.
Mhm.
Um, and however, Jude joined the program, started off flipping a few electronics, I believe. And then you jumped into, when did you actually jump into the test strip space? Was that when I brought Eric on?
A little bit before Eric.
Okay.
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 Yeah. I jumped into it around. I got into your program in February. I jumped into test strips about like the end of March, beginning of April, because you had test strips ad in the program,
Yeah.
and I was like, yo, what's this? What's a test
Okay.
strip? And then I just went the rabbit hole and started doing. Now I'm here now. You know what I mean? So I didn't know what it was until I seen a little ad for it that you had in the
Yeah.
program.
Yeah, we have them
Uh,
in resale deck. Those have been there for like 3 years. Um,
yeah, well, it caught my
like I
eye.
okay, well, I don't know. I just what's funny about this is we were playing around in the test strip industry, man, probably 2, 3 years ago. I still have the
Yeah,
number one video on Facebook ads on YouTube for it.
I
Um,
saw that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying. Like this isn't my industry. I was just like doing this, and I thought it was interesting
Hmm.
because we had somebody that signed up for Resellerator, and we set up his ads for electronics and everything.
Yeah.
Um, and then he's like, "Can you set up ads for test strips too?" And I'm like, "Dude, I guess." He's like, "Can you just go ahead and set them up nationwide?" And I'm like, "Whatever, sure." Like I'm just doing a little bit extra for you here, but like he paid a good amount, so it wasn't a big deal. The dude messaged me like 3 days later and was like,
Yeah.
"Bro, this is insane. Like I've never had like he was getting on the phone with people,
Yeah.
and getting them to mail them into him. And I was like, this is. He messaged me. He's like, dude, I've never had mailbox money before. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's different. It's definitely different.
cool. Like
Yeah.
that's awesome. And what's funny is I've done this for other industries now, like gold and silver and other things
Mhm.
like that. And it works. The same process works. Same ad strategies,
Yeah.
everything. Um, so you jumped in, you found the test strip stuff, and you kind of just went all in on that. From what I
Yeah.
saw, you were just like, "This is it. This is my thing. I
Mhm.
found my niche, and I'm going after it."
Yeah.
Um, and now I believe you're over 10,000 a month now, right?
Yeah. I'm making around. I actually didn't refresh the page when I sent that screenshot. I'm almost at 12,000 net a month now. Yeah. So, and that's like really 3 months of like actively making it my full-time thing.
That's amazing.
24,000. I'm making on 24,000 gross, but I mean that's gross. And that's just a feel good number.
That's
But
amazing.
net around 12.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah,
so. I love how this like stuff happens by accident. Like,
exactly. Yeah, and I
Crazy.
want to be
It's
clear,
crazy.
man. I had a really good run with the phones, electronics. all that good stuff. I mean, it was my first month with the phones, I made about like 2,000 profit. You know what I mean? And that was just like just really throwing stuff at the wall, making mistakes. As you know, I made a mistake early in the game. You know what I mean? What's called and like I was cool. The first month I did 2,000. The next month I did around like 3,000. And then the next month I saw the ad, I was in resale deck and I seen
Yeah.
your little for the little test strip thing. I said, what's that? And my mind just completely just dropped everything and went that way. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I was progressively getting better and better in phones. It's just well, electronics in general.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I don't know test strips just took my attention. I said, let me just focus on this. It's all flipping.
Well, that's why we named Resellerator the way I named it, right?
Yeah.
It's like just in case,
Hmm.
we add other things on. We didn't want it to be very specific just to electronics. 10-year goal is like other stuff too, but
Yeah.
right now we're very dialed on
Hmm.
electronics.
Yeah.
So I mean, what you're saying is in the beginning, the Resellerator process definitely worked. You made $2,000 to $3,000 like your first few months in the game,
Yeah.
and then you just locked in with the test strips
Yeah.
and went full on. Now, what is cool is a lot of the guys that were already doing like 5 to 6, maybe even maybe even higher, like Alex Ross and people like that.
Hmm.
They uh, they layered in the test strips on top of the electronics, and that
Hmm.
pushed them past. And Alex was on an episode ago, I think, two
Yeah.
episodes ago,
I saw that.
and like that pushed him past the 10K mark in a city of only 55,000 people.
Yeah.
And
And honestly, they go really hand in hand. I'm keeping real with you because I remember you said the strategy you taught us called upselling. So
yeah,
where you just say, hey, I'm buying a phone from you. Do you have any other electronics or So I've instead of saying so I started off my first couple of customers with the diabetic strips. They were actually phone customers, and I just said, hey, this is random, but do you have any diabetic supplies? That was like my first five customers where people were phone people. And then I just built off of that before I started running my own ads. But the original people were phone people. And honestly, I probably would make more money if I did both. But the way my brain is, man, I can never focus on two things at once. Now I don't know how Alex is doing both, like two types of customers, two type of leads. I was like, you know what, man, I got to do one or the other. But Alex doing
yeah.
both, he's getting the best of both worlds right now.
Well, I mean, here's what I told him was like
Yeah,
they're the same customers, right? Like because they are most of the
yeah,
time. With the test strip because like whenever Alex he reached out to me, he's like, "Should I do this?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't care." Like
yeah,
he was like, "If I did do
yeah,
this, what would you recommend?" I was like, "Well,
yeah.
you have Resell Deck, so you have quite a few thousand people in your CRM already. The
Hmm.
first thing that I would do is send out a mass message being like, "Hey, we're buying test strips now. Who's got them?" You know?
Yeah,
And immediately it kicked off and like he got customers immediately from his phone customers. And I was
yeah,
like, this is the way that every single thing you add, like if you're flipping phones right now and you have a CRM or you have a list of phone numbers and you add game consoles to it, you send a mass message being like, hey, we're not only buying iPhones anymore, we're buying, PlayStations and all this stuff now. You're gonna get customers, you know?
exactly.
It's just a reactivation campaign. That's all it is. And that's one thing a lot of people don't realize is like, so here's a really funny story, right? I had a guy reach out to me a while back. It was super weird. He was flipping couches and he wanted to get into phones, right? And I was like, but he was like killing it with the couches. And I was like I'm talking like 10K a month profit. He's been doing it for a while. He's like, but I want
Yeah,
to add phones into it. And he's
Mhm.
like, but that would add another layer of customers on top. And I was like, no, it doesn't. Dude, everybody that owns a couch has a phone. Like,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
this is every the thing our offer isn't we buy phones or we buy test strips. Our offer is let me give you money for your
Mhm.
thing. That's the
Mhm.
offer. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, so I mean,
I actually saw the ads for flipping couches on Resell Deck too.
yeah,
I
they're
didn't
there
know.
too.
I didn't know that was a thing. I was like, what the heck is
Yeah,
this?
there's people killing it with that, dude. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, yeah,
But Jared, one of the best, he was the very first person on the smart flip. He came from flipping couches and switched over to phones and stuff. But I mean, all that to say is like you're doing the test strip stuff, you might as well upsell them with electronics.
mm,
Yeah.
Like if you're going to pick stuff up anyway from
Mhm.
them, you might as well just be like, hey, I buy phones, MacBooks, iPads, smartwatches, cameras, and stuff too. Do you want to bring them with you with the test strip stuff? I'll buy those too.
Yeah.
Right? It's like how much value can you provide to the customer?
Hmm.
That's our
Yeah.
value,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And the upsell is for everybody listening, the upsell is where almost all of the money is made. People don't realize that. People do
Yeah.
these one-off
Yeah.
transactions with one item or two items.
Yep.
And it's like, oh yeah, I'm making a little bit of money when you could have made like way more money off
Yep.
one customer. But
Yeah.
one thing I do like about the test strip industry though is like the repeat businesses. It's literally every 30 days.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You want to
and
talk about
yeah,
that a little bit?
yeah, for sure, man. So, in the test strip industry, a lot of people are getting these diabetic products, obviously paid for by insurance, but obviously they pay their premium, so it's their products or whatnot. But these are over-the-counter products, so a lot of people wonder like, oh, is diabetic flipping legal? Yes, it is. And honestly, I tell my clients because you will have people that are skeptical. I'll say, hey, just ask Google. Don't believe me? Ask Google. As long as it's not paid by Medicare and Medicaid, then we can flip it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So they get these. Matter of fact, I have a product right here. Let me put the name behind. Let me use this one. They get a product like this, whatever. These are Omnipods, and some of them get like 60 of these a month. All right, these are worth to my direct buyer $225. Um, I typically offer 100. All right. So they get 60 a month. A lot of times, a lot of diabetics do not use any of them, or they'll
Yeah.
only use two of them. But these last a while, or they'll only use two of them, however it may be. But this is an extra $500-600 for them that they didn't even know that was possible. Like most people
Wow.
don't know they can sell their diabetic supplies. So
Word.
now
Yeah.
they've been getting this 6 times a month, letting it rot in a storage unit, or not using all six a month. So now every single month they come to me like, hey Jude, I got six more. Are you buying? Hey Jude, I have six more. Are you buying? So
Right.
obviously I make $125 a box every time I buy these,
Yeah.
and they always get six boxes a month.
Which
So
sounds a lot better than them throwing money in the trash.
Yeah.
exactly, because
Because
these days like
that's what
they'll give
happens,
you
right? Is they just throw
yeah,
them away.
they just throw it away. So they went from just not like being uncompliant or non-compliant, or they've been or sometimes like I said, insurance gives them way too many. Like they don't need six of these a month. They don't.
Yeah.
Like two or three should be sufficient. But so they have extras. So they went from not knowing they from just getting these for kicks and giggles to actually making $600 a month. So that's a value, and they have no attachment to it because it's not like
Yeah.
they don't care about it.
They didn't pay
It's
That's
for
six
it.
G.
hundred
Yeah.
dollars.
That's G. I love it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny. I did some rabbit hole digging on this stuff a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I figured out who the test strip direct buyers sell to.
Mhm.
And it's honestly amazing to me how many of them are pharmacies.
They are.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Is because it's cheaper to buy it from people that are flipping it than it is
Mhm.
to buy it from the actual
Yep.
manufacturer, which
Yep.
is so like it's funny because the insurance companies and the industry itself created like a micro industry inside of it.
Mhm.
Um and the like it's wild. And it's all because like the pharmacies can offer better prices for their customers over the counter. It's
Yep.
so crazy to like if you think
Yeah.
about that, you know?
Yeah,
Um
I would say to sell to pharmacies, okay, I sell to direct buyers,
yeah,
but
yeah.
to sell to pharmacies, you do have to have your wholesale pharmaceutical license.
Yeah.
So they can't. 'Cause a lot of people they'll try to take their diabetic products back to the pharmacies, like, hey, I want to resell this or give it back. And pharmacies like, no,
Yeah.
what's called. But if you actually have a wholesale pharmaceutical license, then you can sell it direct to pharmacies, which is my goal.
Yeah.
Is to be able to offer to pharmacies because you actually get more profit and you can offer the prospect more money when you sell it to pharmacies.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm the middleman of a middleman because I'm selling to direct
Yeah.
buyer that's selling it to pharmacy, which is okay. Everybody's happy at the end of the day, but my goal is definitely become the direct buyer.
Yeah. I love that, dude. That's fantastic.
Sure.
So
For sure, man.
it's so funny, like this, like you joined Resellerator and like you just fell into this other industry. It's so interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll never guess. I didn't know this even existed. I didn't know what this was. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
that's so
I
cool.
seen a
It's
little picture.
yeah, because I know I brought Eric on to teach because I don't want to dilute my teaching much.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, I'm me and Matt are pretty protective on like staying very, 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 very niche.
Yeah,
Um, because this is what we're good at. Um I don't want to expand and just say I'm good at this and I'm good at this because nobody will ever believe me saying that I'm good at you don't
yeah.
believe somebody that says they're good at everything. Let's be real.
Nah.
So, I
Right.
mean, why did you join Resellerator? Like, I'm very good at this one thing.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
Hey,
uh,
you know it's crazy. I actually joined. You probably don't remember because it was such a long time ago, but it was dang. I've actually been following you for about 2.5 years. You
that's not
know,
surprising. That's a lot of people.
yeah, yeah, just wander, stalking your page, stalking your YouTube, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I got on to phone flipping. I think 2.5 years ago. You're just doing phones, I believe.
No,
Or
I've been doing all electronics pretty much the whole
okay,
time, dude.
okay. Well,
I
I
started off with, dude, I didn't even know how, for a lot of you that are listening to this podcast, I know like I look like I'm huge and big and everything now because I had somebody say that yesterday. Guys, I didn't even know how to use an iPhone in the beginning. For real. I'd never used one.
yeah.
I used one of those rink-a-dink Android like Samsung phones that was cheap, right?
Hmm.
Um, and also, guys, just layering this back, I had never shipped anything from the post office before when I started this. Never,
That's
ever. Like,
crazy.
so if you don't know something, that's okay. You probably know more than I did when I joined.
Yeah, yeah, that's real.
So,
Yeah,
but
but
go ahead and say what you were gonna say, Jude.
nah, you're good, man. I bought this so for a year. I think I'm sure you don't offer it anymore because you progressed. But you offer like a $7 ebook or a $7 membership. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
something for $7 or whatnot.
Hmm.
But like for my first year of phone flipping, I literally just was going off that $7 ebook or whatever it was at that
Hmm.
point. You know what I mean? But then and I actually made good side hustle money off of that. Probably actually like $500 a month, but I was like one or two, three, four phones a month. Nothing that I would go
Nice.
full time off of, but I was making money every single month. And if I ever got low on money, I knew I could always flip something. You know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean? So
Hmm.
yeah, so it wasn't until so although I've been in program since January, I've known you for probably like 2 years. Because I bought that one product that put me on flipping. But I was like, you know what? I feel like in order to get to the next level, I have to obviously be in a program, which is why I joined the program. In February, February, yeah, it was February, beginning of February. But I've been following you way past that. You know what I
Love
mean?
that.
So and yeah, so again, I'm not sure what it was about the test strip that made me fall into it, but I'm not questioning it, so I'm pretty solid where I'm at.
Nice.
Yeah.
Matt, do you have any questions on any of that or any highlights?
Um,
You always got good, insightful, it was sage
yeah.
questions that I like to listen to.
Jude, like, so if you don't mind, like, what region of the U.S. are you located in?
I'm in Central Florida. Like 40 minutes from Tampa.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like pivoting from phones into the test strips, like, did it feel like I'm sure there are some people listening to this going like, hold up a minute, because they're they're some people are questioning and some people are going, no, I don't want to do this. And some people are questioning everything. They're like, hold up,
Yeah.
look at what this guy's got going. And so I'm just curious, like for those people that are listening, like what did that transition feel like? Could you maybe walk us through like the moment where you said you met with five different individuals and your first flips were literally upsells into diabetic test strips from people
Mhm.
that were selling phones. So obviously, like it's no different because we're still selling cash. You're still putting cash in people's hands, which is
Yeah.
an easy sell. But how did that kind of manifest from being more phones to like moving more into like okay, test strips. Like, what were some of the steps there, and maybe like the mental gymnastics you went through as you made the adjustment?
Yeah, solid question, man. So I think that a lot of entrepreneurs and have heard the saying or have been through the saying shiny object syndrome. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So yeah, Chris has talked about it 1,000 times in
word,
the group
yeah.
chat. So
Yeah,
yeah,
me talking about it is training myself to not do
yeah,
it. So for
yeah.
good example, tomorrow is Alex Hormozzi's book launch, right?
Mm,
Uh-huh.
I have been holding off on signing up for that because of that. Like my huge mentor, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
listen, but I'm gonna like, hold off because I already have a
Exactly.
money model. My money model works. I don't want to
Uh-huh.
mess it up.
Yep. And he might introduce you to something that's like,
Hmm.
maybe I could incorporate phones into yeah, and then
right.
boom, you start,
Don't
yeah.
fix what's not broken, Chris.
Yeah,
Exactly. Because you saw where you were at, Chris.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I literally got right. So when I was doing well with the phones, like I said, $2,000 my first month was solid. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
um, I didn't. I literally spoke to my brother. My brother had knows that I struggle with shiny object syndrome,
Yeah.
so I was like, man, what if I just incorporate, the test strips, just ask people who have phones already, so I'm not
Yeah.
shifting and diluting on doing phones because I picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you try to validate in your head like
Uh-huh.
I'm not switching, I'm just adding something to it. My brother, he was like, let me do some research on the industry, and he was like, all right. He said, just do what you just did. He said, do not let go of your phone appointments. Just ask people. You know what I mean? Just ask people, do they have diabetic supplies? And since they're already there, then buy off of them. You know what I mean? So he was like, because he really, again, being kind of a mentor to me, he was like,
Yeah.
he's seen me jump from multiple industries, life insurance, wholesaling, real estate, all that stuff like that. So
Okay.
he just said, so he didn't want me to shift a hard shift to anything else but flipping or
Yeah.
whatnot. So
Yeah.
then when my first transaction happened, I spent like $25 and no, I spent $80 to make $40 off of a phone. And that same customer had a test strip. I paid $25 for those test strips and made like I think $70 profit off the test strips. So I walked away with about 110 or 130, how much that is profit. Um, and I was solid, because it was a
For
pretty quick
sure.
transaction. I showed my brother, and he was like, "Okay, just keep doing that." After like the fifth time, I was like, "Hey, you mind if I just throw like $100 at ads to see what pops up?" You know what I mean? Just out of curiosity, just take a look. So I went, started running ads for it because again, I just literally took my phone ads that I learned in resale deck, just switch the phone, switch the image to more diabetic related, took phones out of it, put diabetic supplies, and then he just converted the same. And then leads started coming in, and once I kind of seen everything out the flow of leads that was coming in and kind of the difference in the businesses. After a certain amount of
Hmm.
repeat customers, my brother's
Hmm.
like, "Hey, the biggest difference is the volume of repeat customers because you have repeat customers in phones and electronics as well.
Yep.
You know
Right.
what I mean? But I think
Sure.
that diabetic supply people are a little more consistent just because they're
Hmm.
getting these products every single month guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so
Yeah.
once we applied the resale, the once we spoke about the repeat business part, because he's like basically my mentor partner, kind of.
Yeah.
He was like, man, if you want to go full time with it, bro, do like a full month, just test it. 'Cause I know you kind of suck at doing two things at once. If it's a solid, he said, if it's a solid month, then keep doing what you're doing. So,
Right.
and that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what you have to do sometimes. Is you
Mhm.
got to be consistent with one thing first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I think that that is so relatable to so many people. Like, and I think it's also evident that, you know what, guys, like, I hope you hear like Jude saying, like, he didn't just do this in like a silo or a vacuum by himself. Like, he had somebody like kind of rubbing shoulders with him that was
Mhm.
helping him, navigate his way further into success. And it kind of goes back to the previous podcast where, or previous conversations Chris and I've had with other individuals about, kind of being a lone wolf in this industry. And that's
Yeah.
just like most people don't really land on success just like that. Besides y'all, like watch any superhero movie. Like what happens when the hero reaches the end of himself? Oh, it's Uncle Ben, or it's Robin, or
Mm.
it's Alfred the Butler. It's somebody stepping in and be like, bro, remember who you are and like get your mind right and do this. And that was kind of like your brother. He's like, hey, like, you should probably just keep doing this. And you kept
Mhm.
doing it and you made more money. How
Yep.
ridiculously simple, but also kind of profound is that? Um, as far as like, being a 12K earner in a month, that's pretty ridiculous. Like, have you ever had cash like that before?
No, and honestly, I've had multiple businesses. Like I said, I'm keep real with you, man. I've had too many businesses. At one point, bro, at one point I was literally a gym owner. I mean, I owned a gym at
Oh
one point.
man.
Yeah, I know I'm fat now, but I owned a gym at one point. Gym owner, wholesaling real estate, had a hair care company. Um, and they all gone up and down, but this has been the most consistently every month by month
Right.
up business I've ever done. And then,
Wow.
it'd be at this point I'd be an idiot to do anything else. I've never been as locked in as I've ever been now than any
Wow.
other business. Other businesses I suffer from Sonny Object syndrome, switch marketing campaigns. Oh, one thing I learned from the Resellerator as well, that I think in the mindset portion that Chris said, I had a bad habit in every business of touching ads too much. If I didn't see leads in two, if I didn't see leads in 2 days, man, turn this ad off. You feel
Uh-huh.
me?
Yep.
But then
Hmm.
I like now I've learned to at least 7, 14 days or 200 to spend. So I've gained more patience and I gained more
Good.
consistency,
Yeah.
and just those two things,
Hmm.
it really made it to where now I'm netting the most I've ever in any other business. I've made other like a gym has a lot you can make a lot of money with a gym, but it's like average 10% margins if even.
Yeah.
So
Oof.
if someone says that they made, oh, I made $20,000 in their gym, they probably like netted like three
Two.
thousand, two, 3,000. Yeah, so I
That's
had big
crazy,
numbers
dude.
in my gym. I had big numbers in my gym, but man, it was gross, and I don't even like
Yeah.
mentioning gross anymore.
That's
So
interesting. Like also like looking at this from like an input output equation, like there are other business models and we can run the gamut on different businesses and business models and industries. But how rewarding this is for you as
mhm,
far as like I put in this effort here, I put in this time, I get this. I was talking to a friend yesterday, had a Zoom call with a friend who lives in Portugal. But like I was saying, like, dude, a lot of people talk about like time management, but time management is more like energy management. And energy management, in my opinion, is more about like focus management. If you learn to focus and dial that focus in, it's interesting how people who do that the best usually get the also the best financial reward as a result
yep,
of locking in and saying, oh, I just need to do this like better for a longer amount of time. And I think it'll like handsomely reward me,
yeah,
which here you are, we're having an interview now, so it speaks for itself, which is super dope, man. I'm so happy for you.
I appreciate it, Matt. Appreciate it,
Yeah.
Matt. Yeah,
Yeah.
On
it's
that
been very,
topic of ads, I just want to tap that real quick.
yeah,
One of my mentors, because I used to have the same like bad habit, and I've done hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend, and I would always turn them off too early. Even though I was like successful with it. One thing I
mhm,
also had to learn is that 5x returns aren't normal. Like, that's not a normal thing.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
if you go look at any business in the world,
Hmm.
like a 5x return is not something that is normal by any
yeah.
standard of anything. I had one guy one time, he was like, "Yeah, I want to increase my profit by 2%." I was like, "What?"
Just
Like
two, just two.
2%? Yeah, but it was like
Yeah,
$1 million company and all of that, right? Like the higher up you go, the those percentages matter big time.
mhm,
But in like I had like to learn that the hard way. Was like, okay, I'm making $1 and I'm spending $1 and I'm making three. That's not good enough.
mhm.
But it is. Like
Yeah, it was
it's
very good
honestly
actually. Yeah,
incredibly good.
yeah,
Um, because I mean the first real business I ever had was the phone business. So I
Hmm.
thought like those margins were normal across all industries, and they
mhm,
were not
no,
at all. Because I mean, early days of Facebook ads, I was spending $1 making five.
yeah,
And I was like,
good
this is
Yeah.
business.
insane. Like
That's
this
a
is
sick return. That's so sick.
but I thought it
Yeah,
was normal because that was the first business I ever ran. For everybody listening to that, that is not normal. Right?
yeah,
Like it's not normal to turn
Yeah.
$1 into two.
Yeah.
Like
Context
yeah,
matters for
you
sure.
spend $1 and it turns into $2. That's not a normal thing. It's
mhm,
normally you spend $1 and you get like $1.20 back. Like
yeah.
um
Yeah.
And
so
people were very like happy with that back in the day. Like even when people like
yeah.
with rental properties, if people made
Oh yeah.
like like 6% on their money or 5% on their money throughout the whole year, they're like, "Wow, yes, what a great return."
Yeah.
You know what I
So,
mean?
I mean, some people buy an investment property and make $200 a month in
Mhm.
passive income, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
passive.
Um, and I didn't know that either. I thought they were like raking it in, you know. Um,
No, no.
but on that topic though, like it's 30 days to data, right? Like you have to let the ads run. You can't like mess with them all the time. Like that's where people really get the ads wrong. Is like
Mhm.
they start them and then 3 days later like it's not working. I haven't made $1 million. I gotta turn them off. It's not working. But like it could have been that seventh day where Facebook finally finds the right bidding opportunities and the right people in the little cluster of people that it's marketing to, and then
Yep.
it starts hitting. Right. Also with Facebook ads you're running interruption marketing ads. Like people are not looking for you. It's not a
Yeah.
thing. Like you have to follow up with them.
Mhm.
That's a big part of that. I know you put something in the chat a while back about the ads, and you were like, because you listened to the video on data, And you were like, I think you waited 14 days and you
Yeah,
really wanted to turn them off or something.
yeah,
Like, you
oh
want to talk
yeah,
about that?
yeah. I was running this ad. I think I was spending like 15 a day ish area
Yeah.
or whatnot. And then it was earlier. It was earlier in the probably like March, no, not March. It
Yeah.
was earlier in my reselling diabetic supply. So
Uh-huh.
I'm spending $15 a day. I'm just starting to make a little money. So I'm just watching it every day. The price go up. Price go get one lead every 2 days. I'm like, yo, like Chris. I mean, like I'm at
Chris,
twenty
you
five
lying to
dollars.
me, bro.
I'm at $25 a lead right now, bro. Like man, when is the pain gonna stop? You know what I mean? It's kept going, and like day like 13 or 12, something like that. It went from like almost $30 a lead to I got like 10 leads that day, and
Hmm.
it dropped down from like 30 something dollars a lead to $6 a lead, and it's been from $6 a lead to $8 a lead since. I still haven't turned that off.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
keep it
the high,
running.
yeah, I haven't touched it. I'm more than content with an $6 to $8 lead for diabetic supplies and whatnot. But it
Yeah.
literally
And
started
what,
off at like 30, dang near for the first 12 days.
yeah.
30
So
ish.
what's the kind of return on ad spend now for that $6 to $8 lead? Did I miss that?
I am at a I actually have that written down. I should text Chris actually.
Yeah, please do.
Uh
That'd be awesome.
Chris would love to know.
yeah,
He
no,
geeks
I,
I
out
would
I
on
love
those
to
text
know
numbers,
that.
man.
so I
Well, the
know
thing is,
I
also
know
you also want to measure lifetime value if you
that
can, right?
that I haven't gotten down. But
Yeah, a little
I do
harder to
know
measure.
my average my average cost per lead is about $9.36. My cost per acquisition is $66, and my average deal is $304.
What?
Yeah,
Your average
yeah,
cost to get a client is $66 and your
yeah,
average profit is over 300,
304.
bro.
My man. My
Yeah, so
man.
whatever that is, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yo.
yeah,
That's pretty great. That's
Hey, Jude's buying lunch today, y'all. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
that's
And that
fantastic.
and that's why I'm cool with a
Holy moly.
$9, $10. I've had some ads actually go up to like, $22. I still didn't cut it off because I know my
Yeah,
CPA, like, I mean, it's still profitable. As long
yeah,
as long as it doesn't hit
Yeah.
like $100 a lead, I'm good.
yeah, yeah.
That's
And
good.
the man, I was watching something the other day, um, and it was talking about like how math is like the language of God, you know,
Mm.
like, um, and like it's true because it's totally like you can't really fudge it if it's done
Yeah.
Yeah,
correctly,
It's an
right?
absolute.
It's an
yeah,
absolute. It needs to be done, or it needs to just be listened to, and that's
yeah,
it. Um, because people they turn stuff off too early, and that's mostly because they don't know the right math to do to make sure like what they're doing isn't wrong,
yep.
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And most of the time you just don't have the right metrics. That's really what it is. It's like
Mhm. Yeah.
sometimes you have to figure those metrics out. Um, but
Alex Hormozy said something, and that's actually what inspired me to like really like know my numbers, and why I don't get anxiety when my lead cost jumps from, because sometimes it does go from 8 to 11 and
yeah,
11 to 12, 12 back to 6 the next day or
Yeah.
whatever it may be. He said that if you don't track your numbers, then you don't really care.
yeah.
Is what Alex said.
I don't know how many times I've said that on this podcast.
Yeah.
Sure.
like
It's a really
like
good
you
point.
got it. Because now I'm like I can like be at ease if I see a $20 lead, knowing okay I make $304 on average. The average deal is $304 profit. But if I didn't know that, then I'm gonna see a $25 lead and have a heart attack. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
Mhm.
but I'm still
Mhm.
cool like at $9 a lead ish area. Yeah, so tracking is very important. I've never been a tracker. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I just throw money at ads and hopefully it's profitable at the end of the month. But now I'm
Right.
tracking like crazy to make sure I'm not just throwing money for no reason.
yeah.
That's good. Hope
Yeah.
is not a strategy.
It is not a
Yeah,
strategy at all.
exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
I remember
Yeah.
whenever I was working with clients and community, the company that gave me that award back there, I worked with them for a little while to kind of hone in my accountability coach or just coaching stuff. I paid them too, but
Yeah. Yeah, for
I
sure.
paid them about
Mhm.
50 grand for them to help me out. And they told me that they were paying about $120 per booked call. Like that was on the low side. Like that was their cost
Yeah.
per lead, like cost per booked appointment. And they were like, "Yeah, it's really good this month." And I'm like, "What? Like really
Yep.
good? Like I feel
Yep.
That'll
like
turn your
that's
head.
really high." Like
That'll
that,
turn your
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, but their product was about $10,000, right? So
Right. Yeah.
if the numbers worked, right?
Mhm.
And they
Hmm.
were closing, 1 out of 5. So they were spending roughly about like 600 or $700 to make 10 grand.
Yeah.
So that kind of recalibrated me on like,
Mhm.
okay, and they're selling a product where other people give them money, right? We're selling a product where we give people money.
Yep.
Like that's why I've
Yeah.
always come back to this industry is like it's the best offer in the world. It doesn't get better.
Hmm.
It's like, can I give you money for this thing? No?
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. No problem. See you later. Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
like that's okay. But if
Yeah.
you make enough
It's not a
offers,
hard
you make money.
sell. Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yep.
not a hard sell. You know what I mean? Like you're getting, you're meeting me today. And you're getting money. Like you said, you're walking with money in your hand. You feel me? You don't have to worry about the ROI or will this work later on. Like you have gotten your money. You know what I mean? So of course, there's
Hmm.
still sales that's in phone sales and diabetic supplies,
Yeah.
but it's not as deep, because at the end of the day, I'm just saying, hey, I have money. Do you want it?
Yeah,
Hmm.
pretty
You know what
much.
I mean?
That's all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
So
for sure, man. Yes,
So
sir.
Jude, in addition to having made this transition, what is could you maybe walk us through just the construct of what a typical day sort of looks like? Because obviously, if you've got repeats now, then you've got
Mhm.
people that are hitting you up. Like, do you find yourself in the car a ton, or is it kind of
Yeah.
low key? Like, what's the vibe of like a normal day?
So I gotta be 100% transparent. Like I probably need to hire someone like 2 months ago. You know what I mean? What's like because
I'm glad we're having this
I'm
conversation. Okay, go. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Like I'm slammed. I'm slammed. I'm actually training someone tomorrow to take care of inventory and pack stuff. So but on a
Mhm.
regular day, I'm gonna wake up and check the leads that came through overnight or whatnot,
Mhm.
because there's always gonna be either new leads coming in
Mhm.
or people from 30 days ago contacting me,
Mhm.
saying, hey Jude, I have this, hey, I got this again, hey Jude, I got this again. So
Mhm.
there's there's not a day that goes by where I don't have at least two sales. It's either going to be a repeat or a new person. You know what I mean?
Go.
So I'm going to a horse follow up on my leads in the morning.
Mhm.
Then from then on, I'm really just driving. Then I organize time frames and meetups, whatever. Then from
Mhm.
then, I'm just really just driving around like a chicken with my head cut off. Picking everything up. Yeah, picking everything up, dropping off money. Also doing what I do. I come home and I do inventory. I say, okay, I got this many Dex comms from this person. Put them in the CRM. Put this many Dex comms from this person. Blah blah blah. Organize it up. The boxes sometimes come with labels. At the end of the night, I'm supposed to, take the labels off and clean the boxes. But I put it off to the next day. I'm keeping it real with you. I get so tired. That's actually the person I'm hiring tomorrow. Is their job is to clean the boxes off, pack, ship, and do inventory. Because I would say that is my weakest spot. If I take a quick matter of fact, you see, I don't know if you guys can see.
Whew.
Like it's
Look at
mad
all
tricky.
that.
Business is
Yeah.
good, y'all. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, so all that has to be cleaned and everything. I just don't have time for. I keep putting it off. So I'm
Right.
supposed to when I get home after I
Yeah.
get the product, clean them off, put them in a box, everything's labeled, and start again the next day. And
Yeah.
on Fridays, I pack everything up, ship it to my direct buyer.
Hmm.
Usually when it lands, they pay me about a day or two later.
That's cool.
Um,
I think it's fascinating because like different still reselling, different product.
mhm.
And people have probably heard Chris say this before, and I think this is reinforced by what you're expressing here and what we're seeing. I'm so glad you showed us that pan of the camera. Um,
Yeah,
Chris will tell you like once you start hitting 10K consistently, you probably need to start thinking about how you're going to outsource so that you can more
Yeah.
effectively,
yeah,
and efficiently run your business. And I think it's obvious, like just because, the product is different, that the urgency of that doesn't necessarily change because it's like business is good. In fact, it's so good it's creating other problems. Now I've got other problems to solve and figure out, but
Yeah.
in a good way, but still, yeah, problems nonetheless. And so, yeah, we hear you, man.
yeah. It's good problems, man. And honestly, um, I'm excited to do it. I mean, to be able to have the means to hire someone to do that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because all that means is that I'm gonna make more money on the back end
Hmm.
because I
Hmm.
would say there's been times to where I needed to ship off the products to direct buyer, but then I look and there's like 50 products with labels on that I have to take off.
Hmm.
So I've stalled, getting my money get reimbursed because of me not being able to get to them in time. So just having
Yeah.
someone to take that one thing off, I already know it's gonna help me in the long run. And also getting customer service agent as well. I'm trying to hire a VA. I'm going to hire a VA. I posted in a group with Chris. And Chris
Yeah.
said that I could have him go through the Resellerator course to
Hmm.
train them. Just so I can get to my leads a bit faster because speed to lead is obviously important. And I will say that's not a weak part for me, but
Yeah.
mentally driving and replying to leads is kind of kicking my butt. So
Yeah.
that's next for sure.
Love
Right.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's the way to
Yeah.
go. I love it. Yeah, like a lot of people, and people fight me on this all the time. Also, by
Mhm.
the way, like they're like, you should hire before 10K. I'm like, bro, go make 10K first, and then
That's
like
real.
do it because what a lot of people do, and I've seen this pattern so many times. It's happened to me. Like I remember whenever I first hired somebody when I was at like 5K a month, in profit,
Yeah.
and like I had to pay them. I also had to pay customers. Like there's money flying everywhere at that point, you know. And it's
Yeah.
like, and then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, well, I have nothing left, or
Mm.
the money that because it's just a whole thing. You need enough money to be able to pay people. That's all it is, you
Hmm.
know. People try to hire too fast, and also one thing that I noticed also is like they they miss out on the skill set that they could have earned by doing the work.
It's
Like
very true.
I think a
Yeah.
lot of people try to sidestep the skill, like learning the skill set,
Yeah.
um, which I think is a big problem, like with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people hire too early. I
Hmm.
remember listening to Andy Frisella one time about this, where he talked about it. He was talking about how he was going to banks and he was trying to get funding for First Form, and oh, we lost Jude. Uh-oh. Hopefully he'll come back. This is a good topic anyway. But he was talking about how he was going to banks, and he was trying to get funding for First Form,
Hmm.
and nobody would fund him. So he had to like self-fund everything himself and like do all of that himself with the money and everything. And like he doubled back on it. He's like, actually, I'm actually really glad that those companies, those banks did not give me money.
Hmm.
I would have missed out on a lot of the skill sets that I needed to earn.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really profound thing, that most people miss out on whenever they try to
Yeah.
hire too quickly. Um,
Yeah.
so, I mean, that's just my take on that. I can't tell you guys how many skill sets I've learned by simply not hiring out. And come to find out, the skill was actually very easy. And then I found out the person was like massively overcharging me. Um,
Hmm.
like video editing was one of them. Like I don't edit a whole lot of videos, but I know how to edit them enough to make them effective. And honestly, it's not that hard. It's actually quite easy. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. Matt, do you have anything on that?
I just think as people and a culture, we deal with a lot of entitlement, like what we think we deserve to do or don't deserve to have to do. And your business doesn't care. Like it needs these certain like footings and things put in place so that foundationally it's secure and settled. And there's no way around sometimes acquiring the skill set that's needed to make those things happen unless you do it. And if you don't want to do it, then you should go step into a different line of work or maybe not run a business, be an employee, because if you just want to stick with one menial, kind of basic task or whatever, uh, there are so many hats you have to wear in the realm of entrepreneurship that you got to get comfortable with the discomfort of problem solving and having to navigate the pitfalls of what it means to, I don't know, maybe have to track your numbers or hire a VA or um, follow your return on ad spend, like all those different things, I think are things that bore people, but it's also the stuff that when you do it efficiently, you realize, oh, this is the stuff that actually helps me create like more money and more profit. And I wish people could kind of see through some of the entitlement and maybe impatience and
Yeah.
really learn to fall in love with the process because Guys, if you really dedicate yourself to doing the process, which is something Chris was expressing here, the processes that Jude's talking about whenever he's going to come back and join us soon, I'm sure. Uh, but like, if you can fall in love with that process, like money is simply just a byproduct of you doing
Yeah.
those things right. But I don't know what kind of reps people are trying to get here. Like lazy reps ain't gonna cut it. Like no reps ain't gonna cut it. You got to get good reps in the game, and then when you get those good reps in the game, like you're saying, Chris, you can translate that skill that you've acquired, like in effectively and easily teach the next person. And if they don't work out well for it, then you can teach the next person until you find the right person to replace you. But somebody's got to know how to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to be running your own business very long because it won't be in business.
Yeah, for real. I think remember whenever I tried to hire too early. I've done multiple businesses where we hired too early. Um, you end up having to let them go like a month or two later because you realize that you're not making enough to sustain them, buy the product, and all of that. And I've learned that lesson way too many times now.
Mhm.
Because here's the real deal, guys. Like, and you guys can read about this inside of Buyback Revolution. When you hire, you are you are basically magnifying the processes that you already have in place. That's what you're doing. So if the processes and systems and everything that you already have in place are bad, a employee will magnify those big time. Okay?
Yeah.
Like because they're also only going to operate maybe at 30% of your capacity. Let's be real. Like it's not
Hmm.
their business. They're not going to take it as serious as you do. So like like just being real, they will very rarely ever uh take ownership on the business side of things. It's never the employee's fault, right? So it's always your fault. Hey, you're the business owner. Congratulations.
And
Everything is
he's
your
back.
fault. What's up,
Yeah.
Jude? Lost you there.
What's up? Man, my phone died. Sorry about that, man.
Oh no,
All
it's all
good.
good.
All good, brother.
We
Yes,
actually
Um,
sir.
went into a little bit of the hiring stuff, the hiring
yeah.
Mhm.
lies that a lot of people talk about.
Yeah.
You probably want to, you know, re-listen to that part.
But
Yeah, yeah,
well,
for sure.
to your point, Chris, what you're saying too is like, you know, people think there's challenges now. Hire someone and come back and tell us if that doesn't exploit some of the stop gaps and struggles that your business is having when you like, right? Like it's been said before, like you don't really know or understand something unless you can effectively teach it to a person,
Yeah.
preferably like
Yep.
a small child, right? So
Yep.
if you haven't learned your business fluently enough to where you can actually explain it, break it down, decompress it, you know, to a person so that they can learn that and aid your business, then that automatically exposes the thing about your business that you probably need to lean into and kind of shore up, you know, make that better, make the process a little tighter. And so I think hiring out is a good thing at the right timing, like you say. Um, but you know, it can also expose some of the challenges that your business might be having.
Yeah,
Yep.
big time.
Hmm.
So, but I think I mean, Jude's well over that now at this point. So I think
For
he's
sure.
good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely excited, man. Because I would say that and this is probably gonna hey, we're here to be honest. I will
Yeah.
say that my follow up is kind of trash. I'm keep it real. And like it's bad. It's terrible. And I'm doing, like I said, 12K net, and my follow up is horrible. Nothing to brag about. It's honestly, it's just bad, because when the in the diabetic space,
Mhm.
obviously have repeats. Some
Yeah.
repeats are going to follow up with you. You don't have to say anything to them. They're gonna say, "Hey, Jude, I have my supply."
Mhm.
Others need a reminder. They're just like, "Oh, snap! I forgot I could sell this." For the most part, my repeats are coming from people who contact me.
Yeah.
I have reached out to probably repeats first like 3 times, and each time they said, "Oh yeah," But then I have probably at least over 100 clients now, and not all of them contact me back for more supplies, whether they forget that they
Yeah.
can sell it to me, however it may be. So just having someone hiring to just call the people that I've sold already. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Because
You should be.
also,
Yeah. First of the month, bro. Just have them
yeah,
call. Like, do a react. I mean, you have a resale deck, right? You should.
yeah, I do.
You just send out a
I,
mass text
I
every
do.
month. Be like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, I do.
the new month.
Yeah, I don't have a see, and this is me on slacking on me. Like, I'm just being transparent here. Because I know you have some follow-up sequence or whatnot, but I have to like change the word like phone to diabetic supply or whatever it may be. I have to tweak it a little bit to
Yeah.
be more specific to what my industry is. Um and for some reason I'm acting like I don't have 5 minutes to do that. So
Yeah, it
since I
doesn't
have
take
not
very
tweaked it
long.
yet, yeah, that's what I'm like. Anyways, but yeah, to if I just took time to do that, then my follow up been better. And a lot of old people, because we are dealing with older demographic.
Yeah.
I've texted a couple of them. They're not the best at text. I'll text them, then they'll call me. You know. So
So Resell Deck also has an option to leave a voicemail
oh, that's crazy.
drop, like where it'll ring like for a second, and then it'll
Yeah.
just give a voicemail.
Hmm.
You can actually have that go out automatically every month too.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
crazy. I did not do that. I did not know that. And old people actually check
Email, text, voicemail.
voicemail. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
You'll
Yeah.
probably hit, if you do that, you'll probably hit 15, 17, maybe even 20K, dude.
Oh
Because
yeah, for sure.
like people don't, I can't tell you guys, like I did this on the marketing call yesterday. I hammered the reactivation campaigns
Yeah.
because they're so effective. Like if you're
Mhm.
sitting around waiting for money, do a reactivation campaign. Reach out to people you've already purchased from. Like, and if you don't have their phone numbers and you didn't save them, that's on you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, that's
Yeah.
a big problem in your business
Yeah,
Mhm.
for
if
sure.
you don't do that.
Mhm.
On top of that, dude, when are you launching that everlasting ad? You said yeah, you
Tomorrow.
said Wednesday.
I know I said Wednesday. I know I said Wednesday.
I don't know if the homie
I
needs
know I
more
said
business right now.
No, I'm here to scale people. I
I said
guarantee you, if
Wednesday
he
100%.
launches that everlasting ad, gets a bunch of comments from past customers,
Yeah.
I
he's gonna
mean,
need
Yeah.
yeah, if you want
he's
things to
gonna need
really
two
pop off,
employees.
that everlasting ad is what's up. But
Because
It's
literally, I did
killer.
say Wednesday, and then I know it's all excuses. It's all excuses. No matter how it's gonna be an excuse this time. I'm being real. But I had a huge deal pop up from a lady that was like 2 hours away, but it was worth the drive. It was like a 700 profit deal. So I said,
nice.
There
man,
you go.
I can record these ads, or I can get this quick deal. So I'm doing that. A couple other pickups got burnt out, and I was like, and which is an excuse because at the end of the day, I have to record those ads. I'm excited to record those ads.
Yeah.
It's just that something else pops up. I'm very busy, which is a good thing. I'm not
That's a good
complaining,
thing.
but it's
Well, dude, I know you have a
yeah,
hard stop at 12.
for sure, brother.
Yeah.
So, you got to go pick up some more deals, I assume.
Let's do
That
it.
is it. That is it.
Well,
You know it,
dude,
brother.
appreciate you coming on the podcast. I'm really happy that
Yeah,
that we were kind of able to help
Yeah,
you fall into
Mhm.
something that really worked out for you.
for sure.
Yeah,
It's really awesome to see that. Also, the whole, I guess, test strip community that's being built within Resellerator itself too.
yeah,
It's pretty awesome. And you've spearheaded it a little bit with the ads.
for sure.
Um, and I like that. It's pretty awesome. It's good to see that
Yeah,
the
Chris.
community's growing. Pretty soon we're gonna have to rename this podcast, man. It's gonna be the Smart Flip, the Flippers podcast, not
The Flip
just,
podcast. We're all flipping, and
just the
I'll
Flippers podcast.
yeah, and I would say, man, to end this on a very gushy note, Chris, man, I appreciate you, brother. Like you like more than you know, man, because I've been flipping from business to business and just trying to find myself, whatever. I mean, I've always been a hustler, but I could not focus. You know what I mean? So, that being said, started having get real. Heck, we're being real right now, and started getting issues, with my old lady, with my wife. I'm not believing in what I was doing just because I've jumped from business to business and I can't even judge her because after a while I'm showing that I'm
Yeah,
inconsistent. You know what I mean? So this is like the first business. Well, she believed in my earlier businesses, but I kept switching businesses. You know what I mean? And every business you switch, the less your girl's gonna start believing in you. But this has been like the revamp of me being to provide for my family. I'm paying for my mortgage off of flipping now, and I'm really like growing. So of course, I test that to my hustle, but of course, I'll test that to the knowledge and the commitment you put into the community, man. So I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you so much, brother. You really as corny as cliche as it sounds, man, you really changed my life, bro. So I appreciate you, bro.
oh, that makes me feel good. Thank you. Don't make me
That's
blush.
awesome.
It's all love, brother. It's all love, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you too, Matt. I know I've said Chris this whole time, but I appreciate you too.
Yeah, no. Nah, man, it's mutual. It's mutual. We're cool. It's
Yeah,
all
for
good.
sure. Yeah,
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 Well, guys, appreciate you coming on, Jude. We'll have to have you on when you cross 20K a month or something like that.
for
I'm
Um,
sure.
here.
all
I'm
right,
here.
guys. Well, let's wrap this thing up, guys. This has been another episode of the Smart Flip. Make sure to check out all of the information in the description and everything below. First comment, all of that. Make sure to grab a copy of Buyback Revolution, or you can just grab it for free on the podcast, whatever you want to do.
Yep.
And then also check out Console Kings. Matt has been working on that quite a bit. Um, great things going there. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next one. See you guys later.
Out.